So in this video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through the best books to use when you're studying for sciences in particular. Now, I want to make something crystal clear. I'm not a big fan of CGP books. I've actually got the CGP science book. It's very vague, and I'm going to show you the best book to use, okay? And the key of the best book to use is also finding the example that you're going to follow. So for home education, I follow the IGCSE Edexcel. I've made a video in the past about going through all the different exam boards. So this is the actual book that I use. So this is the IGCSE student book. This is for the full science. Okay, so it has all the content that you will need for the full physics course. Now you can get the double science version. So I got the double science version where it will have a mixture of biology, physics and chemistry, but it will only cover 66% of the content. I've made a previous video about talking about the different syllabuses. And then, I got the single sciences over here. I've got this book as well. And that covers 33% of the content for physics, chemistry, and biology. So one thing I really want to make crystal clear, I did talk about this in a previous video, but if you want to follow the single or double science, I made a different website with my brother called Revise Buddy, where I'll go through, the full science, the double science, the single science, and make little mini videos about it. I don't think there's anything like that. There is Snap, and there's also another website called K Science, but they go through like Edexcel GCSE, which is different from the IGCSE. So this is the IGCSE, International GCSE book. Now, if you want to go with GCSE, that's fine. But get one of these books, okay? They are much more in-depth than CGP. CGP kind of rushes the content, hasn't got a lot of the content. So I remember with one of my students, they were like, oh yeah, I've got the CGP book, but they had a little trouble. And I was doing a lesson with a group lesson, and they said, so I never heard about this stuff in the CGP book. The CGP book doesn't go, it was exactly this. So trypsin, they didn't go through it. I don't want to that's what my student told me. And I do believe it because I've looked at the CGP book and it doesn't have a lot of content. So some of this content that I'm showing you in this like table where it shows all of this stuff, it wasn't found in the CGP book. It was, it's only found in this book over here. This book is a lot more expensive. It's like around about £20. I've got like so many different books. I could show you even the CGP book. I don't have the actual PDF version, but I've got the other version on my Apple Kindle. So I'm not my Amazon Kindle. I'm not going to open it up. But yeah, it's just like it's good for short revision. So I would suggest getting the CGP book if you want to do that quick revision. But if you want to learn like stuff really in depth, this book goes in it. A lot of my content, like my mini videos, I based it on this and other content. And I try and go in more in depth that the CGP book won't go through it. I really don't know where CGP have maybe gone wrong over the years. It used to be such a really big resource when I was in school. Now it's just kind of like changed. There's so many different resources. There's like BBC Bite Size. You could also get a lot of information. Save My Exams is another one. These textbooks are great. So there's loads of different places you could get more in-depth knowledge. I think the CGP book, the problem is they're trying to sell it for like £6, £7, and you can't to get £7 and you print out this much content is maybe going to be a lot of money. I don't know. I think it's that. I really do, because when you buy this, it's like £19, £20, something considerably more. But it is a big investment. And if you want to go through double science, I suggest you get the double science book. What I noticed about the double science book is it's very identical to the full science. But it has, when they did the double science version, they just cut out some of the topics. The single science is actually pretty interesting. I've went through the single science and it's kind of like a lot of content, but they rearranged it like really weird. Like, for the full science, like a topic all the way down there, they'll put it in the single science. They'll put it right at the beginning. And then they really juggled it out just for your interest. If you're interested to know about that, I found it a bit interesting, the single science. But yeah, hopefully this video helped you out. You can make your decision on what books you think is suitable.